It's West Side Story with daggers and half-pipes. We saw Thrashin', so you know what that means.
Now it's time for How Did This Get Made? We're gonna have a good time, celebrate some failure, not just be a hater, cause you know you wonder, how did this get made? Let's wallow in the mediocrity of subpar art. Perhaps we'll find the answer to the question, how did this get made?
Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to How Did This Get Made? Today we are talking about the 1986 classic Thrashin'. What Rad did for BMX bikes, Thrashin' does for skateboarding. The movie stars Josh Brolin as a teen amateur skateboarder who travels to Los Angeles so he can compete in the LA Massacre downhill race. He falls in love, he gets into fights, and yes, he gets his nipples kissed. To talk about this great feat of cinema, I have two amazing co-hosts. Please welcome June Diane Rayfield and Jason Mantzoukas. How are you both?
I mean, not to pull back the curtain too much, but it took 3 different intros for us to get the intro locked and recorded. And boy, am I so delighted that the one that ended with nipples being kissed was the one that we went with. Thank God. Great to be here.
Sometimes it just takes a couple takes. I don't normally do it.
You really nailed it at the end. I almost want to use all of them, but wow, the last one.
Just because it really starts to crackle when nipples being kissed gets part of it.
And I don't remember that part.
Oh, I remember it
Was that
very
during the
clearly.
Sex scene in the trailer?
Do we need to rewatch it?
God,
Here's what I'm going to say about this movie. There's a large part of me that feels like Josh Brolin is playing the female role in this movie, like the traditionally.
I'm so ready to talk about it. Let's start.
role.
You know what, Paul? Let's talk about it, because that scene, I just want to talk about one specific shot where his body is in the foreground. She's behind him, and we see his full chest, obviously, has his shirt off.
Yeah.
She's behind him in a way I've only ever seen with a man in a man-woman scene.
Yes, a classic
man-woman
scene. Yes.
That's always in man-woman scenes that are love scenes. The man is always behind, and the woman always turns her head to sort of kiss from behind.
Agree.
And man does here.
Yes, a teenage boy, a boy.
Yes,
young boy.
this is boy-girl.
And this is boy-girl, and I hope it's okay that we are adults and we're going to talk about boy-girl scenes.
Yes.
But I think this way, because I noticed that as well, and the sex
that.
scene also has... The sex scene, they do this thing that happens in this era of teenage movies where the characters can only act out the sex of the scene using neck and above. So their heads are doing all of the grinding and the movements that their bodies are not allowed to show.
Well, I think that they were like, we can't show her chest. We can show his.
Correct.
And so he gets a lot.
And it's tender and it's loving. And it's
Very
the way, it's the gaze, the male gaze on a woman, usually. Not in Thrashers.
No, in Thrashers.
Thrashing,
cinematically-
June. It's not Thrashers. Thrashing. They are Thrashers.
Excuse me. It is Thrashing. It is in Thrashing we see.
No, it's. I'm so sorry, June. It's so sorry, June. It's not thrashing.
What the fuck is it?
It's thrashing.
No, I gotta do a couple takes of this.
It's thrashing. It's N apostrophe.
Thrashing.
Thrashing.
Okay.
And I'm only saying that, June, because I just can't have you out in these streets
I
saying
understand.
thrashing.
No, I
Jesus.
appreciate it. I'm willing to do it as many times as it takes. But in Thrashing, they
really hit that in.
They cinematically are very subversive. You don't see, even in that scene, even though it's above the waist and it's just 2 heads, he is shot so lovingly.
Yes.
His body parts are shot.
He's glistening.
Well,
it's like
from
the nip.
The whole movie, not just the sex scene, is like really a study in Josh Brolin's body.
Yes.
You know?
Which, by the way, is great.
It's banging. It's banging.
a banging
His
body.
It be banging.
And by the way, he gets this after Goonies. And we know.
That's what I was trying to figure out is where
Is this exactly post Goonies?
Well, he talked about this on the Tony Hawk podcast. He said he believes that he got the part because the poster for Goonies was all around LA when he auditioned for this. So he felt like it positioned him as a movie star.
Well, and I mean, like, this is unquestionably, he's the lead of this movie. And in Goonies, he's just like an ancillary character. So this is. Does he pop?
Goonies.
I mean, he pops like hell.
He was everything.
I wouldn't even say ancillary. I think that he is definitely a part of the Goonie. He is not a Goonie, but he is along. Yeah, he's not a Goonie. But we all are Goonies.
Listen, it sounds like you guys are in. I think that Goonies was a sexual awakening for almost everybody generationally.
1000%.
For you guys, it sounds like it's Josh Brolin. For me, it was Martha Plimpton, and that's where we are.
I will tell you this. I will never have a better movie going experience than bringing my two sons to see Goonies at Vidiot's packed theater on a Saturday night, the first time that they had seen it. And everyone there is a nerd who loves Goonies and has seen this movie a million times. But to hear the laughter of a 10-year-old and like an 8-year-old at these jokes for the first time, the audience started laughing at that because they're laughing at like the penis going on upside down and that like, and they are cackling, but young cackling. And I
had been there.
It was a great moment.
That's
Sorry
great.
you were not there.
I wish
I love that.
Experienced that. I wonder what I was doing.
I wish I'd been invited.
When
I wish
did
I'd been
happen?
invited.
Let me start with this, Paul.
Please.
And Jason. What is Thrashin?
Great
Like,
question.
honestly, for the listener, it appeared as though June was falling deeper and deeper into a sleep or a post-hypnotic state, maybe.
Go
ahead.
It is described at
think?
one point. It is defined as aggressive skateboarding.
Thrashing. It's just an aggressive style of skating. I don't know, we thrash.
Well, what do you thrash?
What do you got?
So, I think that thrashing, this movie, I feel like, is taking a term, thrashing, which I do believe referred to as like people being violent or people being, skating hard rather than gracefully or anything like that. And in this movie, they equate it almost to like at the punk rock show that the Red Hot Chili Peppers are playing, the kids are like moshing, but on skateboards. I feel like that's what this movie wants you to think is
because
thrashing.
Then when they were at the very end, when they were at the
Joust?
LA Massacre,
not
not
the
the
Massacre.
joust.
Not the
Joust.
Joust.
But I did think about the joust.
I have a lot of questions about the
I've got a
joust.
lot of questions about the joust.
My first connection to the joust is via Jackass, who did that on the actual show. I didn't even know that was from Thrashing. They recreated the joust in the MTV show,
Wow.
and it's awesome and extremely dangerous. The joust is an insane thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought by the end, I mean, the joust, that does seem like aggressive skateboarding, right? That's thrashing to me. But then at the end, when they were doing the LA Massacre, which seems like competitively like a different category. Like that's just like downhill. Like
downhill
can you make
racing.
the turns?
Yes.
Can you make it? Can you see ahead enough to see if there's like a little divot in the road? Like that's to me a totally separate skill set.
Well, this is a real thing. Remember Xander Cage? Xander Cage does
from
this
Triple X.
On Triple X,
which we are doing live at Largo in July.
I would love for people to, who are interested in this, to give a moment of your time to watch the documentary Dogtown and Z-Boys.
Yeah, Lords of Dogtown.
Lords of Dogtown is the movie that was based on it, but Dogtown and Z-Boys is the documentary, Stacey Peralta documentary, that is about this exact era of skateboarding and a teenage Tony Hawk, who is one of the skateboarders in this movie, is in the movie. All of the Bones Brigade. It's about the whole gang of like teenagers who invent this kind of skating and are skating in abandoned pools, but are also doing the slalom-y big hill stuff. Like all of these were very separate things. You're right, June.
I want to just first answer June's question. You would think that maybe thrashing is like skateboard dancing, because there seems to be a lot of skateboard dancing in this movie too, which is so odd. And even in all these documentaries we're talking about, I didn't seem like that never seemed like part of the culture. Like, let's jump on the
nobody
skateboard.
was ever like moshing at a concert on top of a skateboard.
Now,
That's not part of it.
I will say that technically, thrashing in skateboard terms means to skate aggressively at high speeds or with high energy. This is the dictionary definition. It's commonly used when a skater attacks a skate park bowl or hits a massive drop-in or grinds a heavy obstacle
So
with intensity.
I think thrashing for skateboarding, maybe if this is the correct analogy, is like shredding for skiing.
Okay, yeah, right. I think it's kind of
You know what I mean? Like it's not graceful. It's like you're chopping up that mountain. We shredded that run.
And there's a part of this where like skateboarding before this, or when I look at Back to the Future, like Marty McFly isn't thrashing. He's just skateboarding around,
You're
right?
telling me that when he's holding on to the back of the car,
That's not thrashing.
That's not thrashing.
That's just like kind of
that's not thrashing?
No, thrashing is like this competitive, the more Tony Hawk thing, the pools.
aggressive pool moves, like the 360s, the 720s, like the big.
I think here's where
aggressive
I'm getting
moves.
tripped up.
Yeah.
Well, June, when
I'm
you're
getting-
playing Tony Hawk on the PS5, like that's thrashing.
Well, this is where I'm getting tripped up in everybody using the word aggressive. So
Uh-huh.
when I see that pool work, when I see them going up like that and holding it for a beat, coming back down, to me, that's actually quite graceful. That's beautiful to see.
At the
Right.
That
time,
doesn't seem
I don't think
thrashing.
it was. At the time, I think that was considered like aggro.
Dangerous. I think it's also I think it's dangerous, right? Because look, we're not going to be able to sum
None
up
of us here.
skateboard
None of
culture,
us.
but I think that's what this movie is kind of like. The Daggers, that gang in the movie, the rival skateboard gang, they are known for aggressive ramps and bowls.
Well,
and
they toss the jacks into the pool to they're cheaters. They're bad. What's interesting too is that because this is an 80s movie, it has to map all of our understandings of the good guys and the bad guys onto 50s aesthetics.
Yes.
So it is, like you mentioned in one of your openings, Paul, I'm not sure if it's the one we chose. It is very West Side Story on skateboards.
And you know
know?
what's so troubling about that? Yeah, is that I love the skateboarding aesthetic, clothing wise. Like, I think it's
Great.
so cool. I think
Yeah.
it's so interesting. During this time, I remember thinking those boys were so cute who wore the big shirts and the baggy pants. And here, they're in leather jackets.
They're
and
very-
The
It's-
punk rock gang makes no sense.
Right?
I'd love to hear from Gen X skateboarders West Coast. Was there ever skateboard kids who looked like they were punk rock kids? Because it
But
doesn't
that's
seem
Tony.
right.
But Gen X skaters who are West Coast, that is Tony Hawk. At
It
this
is. That's what I
time.
mean. Yeah.
We're going to hear
Right,
from
and they
Tony
didn't-
Hawk a little bit at the end here, but this
is
is
he going to
not.
come on the podcast?
He's
Is
not
he
gonna,
here?
He is not here, but
God
he is.
damn it.
You put
we
him
have,
in the Zoom waiting room?
Is he?
I
He's
told
in
him.
a breakout room.
I was like, you wait until we get to it, and we're gonna talk for a long time.
Not a
We do have some
breakout
clips.
room.
I believe
This-
that this is a movie that in skate culture is viewed as so bad it's good, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's
Okay,
getting a
that's-
lot.
yeah.
It's
This
using some
feels
people,
like
but also
quaint to
yes.
me. This feels. You know what this feels? Actually, you know what this movie actually is a map on? Is the Karate Kid.
oh yes,
It is
oh.
kid moves to LA from out of town. He enters into a subculture that is sports or sports adjacent, and he's against. I mean, he doesn't have a crew of his own, I guess. So that's that's hard.
But I mean, but Josh Brolin has like a loose crew. Like they're
He
existing
does.
without him, and
He
then he
does.
kind of just. But I do want to say one thing. I don't want to pin you down to anything, Jason. But you said he moves. You didn't say that he skates from his home to Los Angeles.
I did.
That's how this movie opens. This man, Josh Brolin,
Boy.
this boy, skates to Los Angeles, and we don't know exactly where he's starting from, but it
The
seems
Valley.
no. When his house with his mom, he's skating. It seems like he's skating from Ohio
yeah,
to
Are you
Los Angeles.
serious?
He's
Oh,
only
he's
in
in the
Los
back.
Angeles. I believe he's
But
only in Los
then-
Angeles
but
for the
then-
summer.
But why do they keep on saying he's from the Valley?
No, because he's with the ramp. The other gang is from
His
the valley.
gang are Valley kids. I
That's why
believe.
he's like sleeping in the back of trucks, and he's like
God.
hopping
Maybe
on.
he's
Like
from like San Bernardino.
no, June.
How
I believe
old
he
is
is
he, do
from
we think?
Ohio.
How could
Like
he have
is
skated
like
there?
because he is skating. And I realize it's like, oh, this is not him skating to get into town. This is him skating.
No, this is him
cross
skating for
country.
travel.
Right, like she took the bus back to Indiana, and then he skated.
We
Yes.
saw every single mile of her journey to, and we saw her get in her. We saw her use multiple hitchhike rides on her way back. There
Never
was so
got
much
in with
shoe
a man.
leather.
Smart lady.
Yes, very smart. Well,
So much shoe leather, I could not figure it out.
this movie, I mean, there's a couple of things that are interesting. The dialogue to skating ratio is incredibly off. I would say this movie is probably like 10 minutes of dialogue and 70 minutes of
skating montages. There's so many montages. By the way, the soundtrack is dynamite.
Oh, I love this
Yes.
sound. Red Hot Chili
Every
Peppers
needle drop
in this
is
movie.
great. Yes, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the original lineup of the Red Hot Chili Peppers is in this movie inexplicably.
And like when it first started, I was like,
crazy.
oh, this is not the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I'm
Me
like,
too.
no,
I was
it
like,
is.
that's because they said it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but then
Then they
He
called
said
it
the
the
Thrash
Band.
Bash.
The Thrash Bash,
Yeah. And I was like,
I couldn't figure it out either. But then I was like, well, no, that is the Chili Peppers.
Oh,
It's
for
just,
sure it was.
Hillel is still alive, and it's the guy who was the drummer before Chad Smith. So I was like, I don't know what this is.
the other thing that made me laugh at that club that they go, not club, but this party where the Chili Peppers are playing is this movie is trying to be like, what is skate culture? And they tried to add so much onto it that they did pass a young girl, I'd say she's like 18 years old, smoking a cigarette in like one of those like 1940s cigarette holders that you would see like in like Double Indemnity. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, is that coming back too? Like
Yeah.
she went to smoke a regular cigarette. She's got to put it in a little holder.
It just feels like, but that's how it did feel like back then. You would buy stuff at a yard sale or at a thrift
Right.
shop and be like, maybe this is part of my identity.
Fedoras,
You know,
like
maybe-
those little mini fedoras.
The kid wearing the fedora is a perfect example. I feel like my generation wore all of the old hats that were for sale at yard sales and thrift stores from the greatest generation who were passing away. That's truly what we were
Oh my
doing.
God.
I mean, I also want to say that what I love about movies like this is, I'm not saying that skate culture is stoner culture, but there is definitely a crossover. And movies like this can never show like people smoking pot, right? They can only show like Boz is our stoner, but Boz is never drinking, but Boz is stoned all the time. And I love just like, it's like that Galaxy Quest thing where you can't really ever acknowledge it, but it's like, well, there's something wrong with this guy.
Yeah. I mean, he lets his car get cut in half.
Oh my God. When they turned the Volkswagen Rabbit, which was the very first car that I drove, a tan diesel Volkswagen Rabbit. When they cut the roof off of it and make it a cabriolet, when they make it a convertible, I was like, this is incredible. This is the kind of teen movie that I just love.
Yeah.
I love teen summer. Everybody, there's no parents. There's no
Parents
no
don't
authority
exist in
figures.
this-
There's
Yeah,
no police.
the mom doesn't even send him to California. She just writes 5 notes and puts it on his
That's
mirror.
it.
And to which he leaves the house by jumping out his own window to then skateboard down the roof onto a ramp blocking the garage. Now, as a homeowner, I must say, well, that you're really you got to use, you're blocking the garage. You got to use that garage.
The resale value
Yeah,
on this
come
house
on.
is cratering.
I want to just like, there are so many things in here that are crazy to me. Like, obviously, the real issue is, Josh Brolin falls in love with a girl who is the sister of a guy in the rival gang. Now, the Daggers seem like a gang. The Ramp locals
Now,
seem
and I want
like
to be clear,
skate
they
kids.
seem like a 50s, like a grease
Yeah.
gang. They are like a greaser gang.
The only difference between them being like a greaser gang is that they pose for pictures. They take a gang picture around a ramp. That is one of my like, hey, everybody, get in here. We're taking our gang picture. Like,
I mean,
they're all
listen, they
posed.
do light a ramp on fire.
Yep.
Yeah, they are violent. I mean, they are violent. They are the Daggers.
Oh,
They
yeah.
live in a house. First of all, his sister is acting like she's not living in a flop house. I mean, the Daggers' main house has daggers painted
really
on
upsetting.
cupboard doors. That house is a crack den.
Yeah.
And she's living in it like, I just got back from the mall. Everything's good. I'm like, wait, no, you are
and
living.
She's like living a real kind of like Sherilyn Fenn. There's a group of like Daggers hangers on, led by Sherilyn Fenn, who's dating the head of the Daggers, the brother of the main girl who's now falling in love with Josh Brolin's character. And the Daggers and their girls, especially for the joust, are all doing crazy face makeup all the time.
Why?
They're
They look like
almost
they got
dressed
scarred or something like that,
But
right?
This is what's so weird about that makeup, because I was thinking about that too, Jason. It doesn't really line up with what they're like the rest of the vibe.
No, they're dressed like punk rockers, but they're wearing almost goth makeup. Or
very strange. I mean, at one point, Velvet cuts a lock of her hair and makes it into an earring for our main guy. And I'm like...
who was organizing this and being like, so this is how we're gonna, and in this scene you'll cut some of your hair and you'll turn it into an earring, just like we researched it, just like these kids do. What?
I mean, I want to play this clip. Like, this is an insane moment. Like, this character, the head of the Daggers, who is so kind of brutal and mean and tough, is like,
What do you think? Should I wear this skull and the dagger, or the hoop and the dagger?
Nah, just with a dagger. And a bone through your nose.
Don't be a smartass. It's important to me.
hey, I take my jewelry seriously. Like, he's like him just being serious. Like, he wants to know, like, what should I wear? A bone, a hoop, or a dagger?
He also is like, he really, to your point earlier, he really wants to make sure his little sister gets in the gang picture.
Yes.
Like, I don't think she's really even part of the gang.
She
wears like
not.
bright colors.
I don't know how she's keeping those clothes so pressed and clean. And that house
she brought a steamer.
Should be condemned. Maybe she brought a portable steamer. You don't leave home without it, Paul.
No, I can't. I love it. I mean, it's a great thing to have.
Listen, West Side Story, like the brother-sister dynamic here felt very off to me.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like above board. His energy toward her was not, I'm an overprotective brother. It was, I'm your abusive boyfriend.
Very much. I agree very much. And it wasn't helped by the fact that, for reasons I can't quite understand, everybody seems the same age. You know, there does not seem to be an older, younger contingent.
No,
you know,
he kept on saying, you guys know what it's like, kid sister.
And
he's like brother.
If
he's
anything,
like brother daddy. And daddy is also a little creepy. It's because he.
But she seems like the more mature, older one, which is also fucking with my sense of who's who.
Yeah, it's like, I know it's a man-woman scene, but what within that are these two people to each other?
See, here's the thing. I feel like, not to overcomplicate it, I feel like I'm looking at this boy-girl scene and they're acting like it's a man-woman scene. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't make heads or tails out of it.
I just kept on laughing because I knew it wasn't this person, but I kept on picturing the brother as a young Hank Azaria, because he had a look that reminded me. And I was like, this is like, if Hank Azaria is this like tough guy, because
he was giving me Jason Gedrick vibes.
Oh, yes. Now,
right? That's Iron Eagle, right?
Oh, 100% Iron Eagle.
Okay.
I love Jason Gedrick, or I did. The other thing about him was none of them could agree on what accent anyone would really have in this movie, because Josh Brolin's kind of rocking a little bit of an accent, and then Chrissy is really rocking an accent that doesn't seem Midwest at all. It almost seems like New Yorky. Like, you're putting all these people together, and I'm like, well, you can hear each other. We haven't all agreed on what we're doing here. It was really, there were so many things that were off-putting about the relationships, their voices. I mean, I loved every moment of it. But it's an odd vibe, because you wanted Chrissy needed to get reprimanded, I guess. I don't know if she needed to, but that's what they're kind of doing to her in the movie a lot. But her brother is like straight up evil.
Like, I kind of wished, I guess, and maybe this wouldn't have helped, maybe it would have. I kind of wished that Chrissy had in fact been a dagger. It was like a loyal dagger.
That's the West Side
Then she would have been torn in some way. And as it was, she was like, yeah, like this guy.
I like this guy. Why can't you support me? You know,
And,
like,
and
it's
she
like,
doesn't
oh,
have
yeah,
any
obviously.
allegiance. Yeah, she doesn't have any, like, none of her friends are trying to pull her away from him. You know,
She doesn't seem to have individual friends. Like Sherilyn Fenn is not her friend, it's her brother's girlfriend. So she seemed like really on her own.
Yeah. Also, gosh, I didn't know if our guys were in the valley. Like they're the name that they gave themselves, the Ramp Locals.
The Ramp Locals, terrible name.
Terrible.
We're the Ramp Locals.
What does that mean?
I'm assuming it's a skate ramp. It's for locals only, maybe. I don't know. I mean,
well, they definitely have a ramp in a cornfield.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know where that ramp was built in Los Angeles. I'm like, it looks like it was like in the Field of Dreams.
Well, they
a lot.
also like in the montages, they also are like skateboarding up and down Hollywood Boulevard. You know,
Yes,
which I will
they
say it was
are.
very fun to see stretches of Hollywood Boulevard.
I loved it.
You know, not like they are now. What year is this, Paul? Do you have it by any chance?
86. So like this is before like the Ripley's
mid-80s
Museum. Yeah.
Hollywood Boulevard. The Scientology Center's right is still that same building.
They were by
But,
Wacko over in Los Feliz.
Oh my God, the Wacko! I freaked out when I saw Wacko.
Me
I loved
too.
that.
I also loved the choice to make the owner of the skate shop who's going to like give the winner of the LA Massacre a sponsorship, to make him like a suit, like a classic 80s
To make him, like,
corporate suit.
A man
like,
who has
almost
never
like he's Lou
skated.
Pearlman or
yes,
something.
he's
you know?
never. He's a thicker
I
man
just-
who never has touched a skateboard in his life. Doesn't look like it, and it looks like he's a weird man with a van who's trying to get kids in the back of it. Like, and then when you meet him, he's like Willy Wonka-esque. He's like, here, put this tire in your mouth. Wait, what? Why is he asking Josh Brolin to bite on the wheel of a skateboard?
I didn't understand that, and I didn't care for it, in fact.
But he's a businessman. He's
a
not
businessman. He's a
and that's what's
businessman. He doesn't
important.
really care about the culture. You know how that
Correct.
happens in skateboarding.
Yeah, well, that's. But wait,
but
can I
the
just say
other-
one thing about
please.
him too? When they're in his little factory and he's, he's like overseeing the work in the factory. He's like, I only care about winners. And then just off in a random shelf in the middle of a warehouse, he has his trophy collection.
Yes.
He's like this. It's like, wait, you're not even displaying that for anyone
weird.
to see. It's
Yeah.
not around your desk. It is just a shelf in the factory to show that. And then why would you get the trophies if you represent? Like it's just an odd
it's
thing.
ridiculous.
It's like producers getting an Oscar.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. But they're getting. But producers don't even get a real Oscar. Apparently, they have to get the invitation.
One of my favorite specifics in this movie was in our gang, the hero gang, the
Ramp Locals.
Ramp Locals. Sorry. Is that they have like an authentic like 13-year-old in their crew.
Oh, I loved him.
Yeah.
Who every time he pipes up, like when the bad guy is like, I'll meet you at the Bronson Half Pipe, by the way, which is up the street from where I used to live. I used to, my hike every day used to be right past the Bronson Half Pipe, which is so funny. There were kids still skating on it.
Oh,
Oh, wow,
Anyway,
cool.
He said, I'll meet you, you be there. And then the little kid just goes, no, you be there. And they cut to this little kid wearing sunglasses. And I'm like, make the movie about this fucking kid.
I love
love
that kid. I thought he was
loved
great
the
in every
kid.
scene. You know what I was confounded by? When we're on our like epic date with
night?
Josh Brolin the whole night. And by the way, you know her hair is long and then it's short and then it's long and then it's short again.
well, Gene, you have to remember that they did go from like Santa Monica to Hollywood to Los Feliz back to Santa Monica.
It's chopped into such a like smart bob. I'm like, she had long hair 2 scenes ago. That night, I think, or maybe it's a different night, they're at a diner and we cut in and they've just finished. They have just finished
this.
a bowl that's the size of
Like a serving dish of salad for like
dinner
like,
party of 18.
yes.
No, like the biggest serving bowl that can be made.
That can be made
Yes.
is what they've eaten from, and they're on the tail end of it. And it's also like China. Like it is.
It would almost be like the biggest bowl of popcorn you can get at the movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But bigger.
It-
but
The
bigger.
bowl itself was way too fancy.
It read to me like she was the only one who ate it because Josh Brolin's sitting with his back up against the wall. Like
What
he's not
was it?
actively in.
They
It's just
say it was ice
the
cream.
people behind them.
Oh, it's ice.
They have it. The
They
people
did?
the people behind them had it. Now I will just say, Jason, you don't know this, but I was just in Vegas and I ate something called the Titanic, and the Titanic at Carmine's is a ice cream sundae that it looks like the Titanic. It has 3 smokestacks in it with a bunch of chocolate and vanilla ice cream over a giant brownie, and I had 2 children with me, and it was just me, and we put, I would say, 1/4 of a dent into this thing,
Wow.
and I had a different appreciation for how hard it would be to eat that bowl of ice cream, and it feels like Chrissy just went to town on it.
It feels like the kind of thing that you would win a T-shirt for finishing.
Yes,
Yeah, there it is.
we're looking at it,
I don't know how.
It's so big.
and it's full of bananas, and the person behind
Oh, I
it
see it in the
looks like a
back now.
gigantic banana split.
Looks delicious,
And you're right.
actually.
Okay, I have an update. I know what it is now.
Okay.
It's unequivocally a punch bowl.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
It's a punch bowl. So, but here's the thing. They have more time together. Anyone, I don't care if you have a stomach of steel,
Nope.
anyone's
No.
going to be in pain. after
This
that.
is
like the
gonna
night
be
is fucking
a
over.
gastrointestinal nightmare.
You do not want to have sex after eating a punch bowl full of ice cream.
This
No.
is one of 2 things. This is either creating a diarrhea factory in your body, or it's stopping stuff up for a week.
Wait, is the sex scene after this?
Correct.
Wow.
I mean,
Really next level stuff.
Just
That-
looking at it, I'm like, the amount that even if they both consumed it, even if they
My
split
favorite.
it equally.
Oh yeah,
I'm
even
telling you
still,
guys,
it's
I
disgusting.
lived this. I lived Titanic, and
Ugh.
it was a lot of whipped cream. You know, it's meant to be a spectacle that people
Yeah.
get that no one really will ever
will
finish.
eat.
And
It's not for consumption. No
Right.
one expects you to eat that whole thing.
no,
Ugh.
so that's why
It's
we
a-
never
it's a
follow
challenge.
Mr. Flood
It
into the
feels
back
like-
of his
yeah.
van
Oh god.
where he has got all the ice cream you can eat.
One of the things that I want to say that I loved about the sex scene that we did speak about earlier, and just how tender and how much it's about love, is, and their connection with each other, is that, like all good 80s movies, it is soundtracked to a duet. A ballad that is a man-woman duet, a
Let the
boy-girl
love
duet.
begin. Let the love begin is
Oh,
the
it's
best
so
song
good.
ever written. The lyrics are, I mean, wow. It is. I
also
rewound
loved
it.
the song that was "Don't Think Twice," which was also great. That appeared. I mean, the soundtrack is great. I looked it up. It's not officially on Spotify, but a number of the songs are.
Can I just read a line from "Let the
Yeah.
Love Begin"? 2 different people from such different worlds apart has touched each other's hearts like candles in the dark. It's time for us. We gotta take it. Take a chance. The chance to make it now. Let the love begin.
Yeah,
Let the
Let-
love begin.
Let the
I love
let
it.
the love
Let
Oh, I
the
begin.
will
love
say,
begin.
even though I don't know what I don't know, I did feel that they had a very nice connection.
I like
yeah,
them.
I agree.
They had great chemistry, and I
Well,
was
they're
like,
both
yeah.
they're both Midwestern people. Like that's the other hilarious part about this. They both are outsiders from LA. They both seem level-headed and honest, and they
Yeah.
get together. There's no real conflict
No,
in them at
right.
all.
There's no reason for us to not root for them. Like, they seem like arguably they should just leave town together because their lives would be better off. I also loved. So when Chrissy decides that she's leaving, this town, it's too much for her. They've broken his arm. The joust, I think, is proves to be too much. Maybe the joust we'll get into in a minute. But they put her. The brother's like, fine, you're leaving. Great. He drives her to the bus station in the middle of the night. We then cut to her.
Oh my God, you're right.
We cut to her sleeping on the bus station benches the
horrible.
next day, midday. She wakes up. when did he dropped her off at like 2:00 in the morning and she slept there all night and waited.
He likes to arrive early. I mean, I
What
had
the
hoped.
fuck was this?
Honestly, I had hoped that she'd already done one leg.
Maybe.
God, I hope.
Maybe. But I mean, then she gets on multiple buses.
I mean,
then
she's not
into
sleeping.
It's crazy.
I
I
don't
mean,
know. And it's
she
like,
had a-
I have to be honest, when I watched this, because you're right, Jason, like we were so with her on this
Yes.
bus trip. I actually thought to myself watching it, I was like, I never think to take a bus somewhere.
Oh, wow.
It never occurs to
Of course
me.
not.
I
You
did.
have a car.
And,
Of course
in New
not, but
York,
it
I
never-
did buses.
Where
I
were
did
you
buses
taking
in
them?
New York. There were times where I would take the bus from New York to Boston.
Yes, I
Um,
never did that. I was always on a train.
The
Yeah, exactly.
Hampton
And then the
Jitney was
train.
a thing that people
Yep.
did. Like you go out to the
Okay,
Hamptons, you could take a.
sure.
But
If the movie had been smart, it would have made the slalom second to last and the joust last. Right?
well, no, because I think the
Because
joust.
the joust to me seems so like violent and so much more
She's
like
g-
the
They
yeah.
have to overcome. Like, I mean, that's the
I
thing.
guess
Like,
so,
he's
yeah.
got the broken arm. How could he?
Yeah, you're
that was
right.
why he came here in the first place. And
The
then he's
slalom
like,
just
get
felt
out of
so
here.
blah to me.
Yeah,
Just
it
like,
was not just
really
fun.
Did. It's just simply watching a bunch of people on skateboards go downhill.
yeah.
Like there's nothing. It's like, oh, well, you're just taking the gravity and using it, and you're going down. There
And
was
to
no
your
skill.
Spoken
applied.
like a
Not-
loser who never finished a downhill slalom, June.
But it's also
it's
like-
a lot. What are you just flying to hay? Yeah. You know what?
You know what? Maybe
it's
the
like with-
joke is on me, but I couldn't tell. Like when I see someone skiing downhill, I'm like, oh, it's a lot of fucking work.
But if I
don't know
agree,
what they
because
were
to
doing.
me, it's just like they're using gravity. Okay. But what's so impressive in skateboarding is the tricks, is the stuff
That's
they're
what I'm
doing off
But I
of
think
the,
this is the
off of the
moment-
pipes and the pools and all that stuff.
This
that
is the
should have
moment
been
that we're in between. That's what I
Yeah.
think is happening here, because this is like this middle ground where it was like, oh, skateboarding was always just like, I'm skating, like a very pedestrian thing. And then it was like, oh, we're going to do this more extreme thing of going downhill. And then it became like the skateboarding that we know. So I feel like this is kind of like
Yeah.
paying
Yeah.
homage to what it was.
No, I think
And
you're
what
right.
it-
And
I think
that
it's
is
something.
kind of what that documentary
Like I feel like
charts.
I could have done the LA Massacre.
Wow.
Same.
I'm not saying I
Wow,
would have
no
won.
way. No way. I would have flipped off into one of the things.
Oh,
got my
I would have
legs
won
broken.
immediately, having never set foot on a skateboard.
I think I would have gotten pretty far. I mean, by the way, that was what was making me laugh. So many people did seem to fall and have to drop out from just like a curb, like things that seemed so easy to overcome.
I mean, was this an illegal event? Because it felt like the LA Massacre felt to me like an underground event. Like the pool thing felt like
It
it's
felt
organized.
underground, but there
officer.
was a helicopter.
Right.
There was a
and-
helicopter. There was full teams
Yeah.
of like medical teams, and there was I thought an LAPD or a state trooper taking the speed with one of
Yes,
the
that's right.
speed
Yeah.
readers.
Yes.
So it seemed
It felt like
Somebody
it
set
had-
up the hay bales. I mean, the
Yeah,
hay
it
bales were
felt
set
like
up.
there was some sort of official sanctioning of the LA Massacre, but I don't know that that was true for the pool, and certainly it wasn't true for
Well, the
joust,
announcers
obviously.
coming everywhere, and I was like, "Where is this?" First of all, where is the announcer located? And did they install a speaker system throughout the LA Massacre? Because
miles and miles, it
miles
looked
of
like.
speakers had to go out
I
there.
loved it.
And the announcer, who I do love, can see every little move in that pool, but not when
Yeah.
someone drops jacks. Like,
Oh my God!
jacks?
Nobody noticed when the guy dropped the jacks into the pool, and nobody said, "Hey, there's jacks in here." Nobody
Right.
after the fact said someone did this.
Yeah, everything is. Yeah, it's all illegal. We got to start over. Don't ever
Which I
let
would've-
them apply again.
Which I would have been cool with if it was like, you know what? When we're not on LA Massacre, anything goes. Like there are
Right.
no
Same.
holds barred kind of thing.
But by the way, did he happen to have those jacks in his pocket.
Oh, he went there. Wait, I like that world that he just happened to have them. Like he got his wallet, his dagger, and a bunch of jacks. Because we're going to play some jacks later on
A
today.
perfect example of like, it's a gang in the 80s carrying around a pocket kids game from the 20s. Like, what the fuck is happening? Why is this guy in the 80s dressed like he's in the 50s carrying around toys from the 20s? This is so weird.
The one thing I thought about the announcers that made me laugh was we're watching this, and this is where the skateboarding is just fun, and it's not bad skateboarding. It's like they have professionals. It looks great. It's so cool.
Well, the stunt team is basically all of the Bones Brigade guys. It is Tony Hawk. It is like everybody in there is like some of the best skateboarders of this era.
I'm not critiquing the skating, but I am critiquing the announcer who we just watch a guy in the pool crash out, get really seriously injured. And the announcer goes, well, that's going to be a tough act to follow. I'm like, no, it's not. He failed. He is injured. He did not
also
succeed.
doing maneuvers and tricks that are dead simple. Like that's from an era of skateboarding that feels truly quaint.
Yes.
Like the tricks, like somebody does a 360 and people lose their minds. He does a slow 360.
They
like
flip it so slow. I was like,
so
this is unimpressive. When you slow it down, it actually looks lamer.
Here's what I couldn't understand though about Josh Brolin's break, because it did seem like he broke his arm, right? But the bandage was on his back, and there seemed to be a cut back there.
Well, I think the jack got in there. I always thought that he had injury from the jacks. Like he felt like the jacks made his board flip, and then he fell on a jack.
I think the back injury is from the jacks, and the broken arm is from the joust.
Now,
the joust, 100%. Yeah,
I see. Oh, right. Of course, there were two.
Because he starts wailing him in the arm, which is also so funny. It's like, if you're going to try to hurt the guy, wail him in the fucking legs so he can't skateboard.
Galooly this guy. What are we talking about?
Why are we worried about his arms? Like,
we got to fucking galooly this guy into submission.
Oh my God.
I do want to, I know we're doing extreme sports as our summer theme, which I'm very much on board for. But this movie gave me such a powerful nostalgia for another movie that I am requesting that we include, that is much more of an 80s teen summer movie, which we've discussed in the past. But let me know your thoughts on The Legend of Billie Jean.
Never saw it.
I never seen it. Yeah.
Oh, Give My Brother Back His Bike. Wait, neither of you have seen The Legend of Billie Jean?
No.
Put it on, Scott, put it on the docket.
Okay, great.
This to me is a much beloved, insane 80s teen movie that is young Christian Slater, young Helen Slater. And it has the vibes of this movie.
Well,
okay, great.
Oh man, I love this.
Now listen, here's something I wasn't clear on. What happened? Okay, by the way, just so you know, the end of the movie, I thought, oh, this is the first time we're seeing Thrashin. And that was when, during the LA Massacre, Hook tries to, as they're going downhill, push and like elbow Josh Brolin out of the path. I thought, oh, now we're at the event.
I think that's
I
agree with you. I do think that is meant to be quote unquote thrashing.
It is?
I think that would qualify as thrashing. Like if being aggressive, skating aggressively, skating to hurt people, to knock people off the course. I think that is
what
probably.
Happened? How did Hook? I think I just missed it. How did he fly off?
It wasn't set up.
Sometimes they're flying off as if they hit a cartoon spring, because the way their bodies are flying, it's almost they were catapulted into the air.
They really couldn't do a good job of it. I will say, Josh Brolin clearly skateboarding in a number of these scenes.
Yes.
Like visibly on a skateboard doing not stunts, but doing skateboarding.
Mm-hmm.
As is this kid who's playing Hook as well. So
by the way, Hook originally supposed to be Johnny Depp, because Sherilyn Fenn and Johnny Depp were dating at that point.
Whoa.
And this director was like, he had a wimpy handshake. So I was like, nah, we got to cast a real guy. And I was like,
wow.
oh, I mean, Wow, because Johnny Depp would have eaten that up, and he's so good. He would have that era of Johnny Depp.
Yes,
the 21 Jump Street era would have been. It would have been.
Well, that's the thing that is a bummer. Is I think Brolin is terrific, and not to take anything away from this actor playing Hook, but he wasn't a good enough bad guy for me.
I
agree. I would have loved it if he had a little bit more.
Didn't seem scary.
Mustache twirling or some just a sense of true malice, which is hard because he's also trying to take care of his younger sister, which I appreciate, but
I appreciate it as well, except she seems like she doesn't need taking. She doesn't need.
She
to be
seems
taken
like
care
she's
of.
She doesn't need. That's partially because she seems to us like she's 31 years old, which she is.
Correct. Like
but she's,
if she
I believe,
pulled out
supposed to be like
a
15.
2-year-old and was like, "I'm also a single mom," I'd be like, "Yeah, of course."
She's like, "I'm a real estate agent at Coldwell Banker."
Yeah.
I
also
a moment,
sell Mary Kay. Like all of it would be in line with what I was seeing.
But she does say a thing where she goes, "How do you know mom and dad didn't send me to check up on you?" And I'm like, oh, that actually feels like, is that true?
But
It
also,
wasn't?
nobody has parents. Nobody has parents in the whole movie. That's awesome. That's crazy.
It is a Charlie. I mean, who's watching that 13-year-old kid? He's out too late.
Yeah.
And like, so Josh Brolin's living in the camper van behind the house of the other kids who seem to be about his same age who don't have parents. But yet that 13-year-old, I think, also lives in that house.
I don't know.
I don't know.
This is an era where feral children were commonplace, and now. Like if you let your 10-year-old walk 10 blocks to the store and back, you can be arrested.
Oh,
but this is an era when like kids just ran roughshod all over the world.
Did we talk about this on the show? If we did, I forgive me, but there were
I will
ads.
not forgive you, just so you know.
There were ads. When I was growing up, it goes, it's 10 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where your children are? Like, that's wild. So the TV is like, hey, like people at television stations like, hey, we got to remind these parents to like, it's 10. They got to get there.
Yeah,
the kids should be home by this.
Remember, you have kids. Go find them.
Like, that is just speaking to how many kids were just out and not being looked after at all. At 10 p.m., that's when you have to be a parent.
Yes. That's when you need to check back in.
That I always think that is like it speaks volumes because it's not a thing about the movies. It is just the way that people were living their lives. It was.
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't have to come back, like especially over the summer. Like my parents did have to come out and get me at 10.
Oh yeah,
just find you find you out and about. Me, oh gosh. I mean,
my mom would ring a bell. My mom would ring a cowbell.
That's awesome.
Because it could be heard longer than her shouting voice.
Wow.
Different. Meanwhile, I rode a roller coaster in Las Vegas with one son. I had the other son waiting at the exit of the roller coaster, and he got scared that I was gone for too long. I was like, you saw us leave. They would not. I couldn't make our kids leave the house for that long if I tried. An interesting little side note. We've talked a lot about the production design, especially that house, which is amazing. Would it surprise you to know that the production designer on this movie was Twilight director Catherine Hardwicke?
Oh wow!
Oh my goodness!
I love that.
And to your point, she was a film director who made Lords of Dogtown.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, I have to say,
I
thought she did a great job with the Dagger's house.
She said Dagger's house was a legitimate Hollywood crack house, and she almost got killed every day walking to set.
Oh my God, that's so sketchy.
Yeah, that place had It didn't feel. Yeah,
it felt dangerous.
It did. It didn't feel like someone created this. Like it had There was the texture about it where it felt like very bad things have happened here.
Yeah, and I like a lot of the graffiti was good. I loved too the how much the great scene when Josh Brolin and Chrissy they're having like one of their dates, and he's showing her the image that he's drawn, which is what he wants to be the graphic design on his skateboard, which is a spider carrying a beautiful woman in its claws. Or I was
It looks like the spider is about to eat this woman, and
Yes.
and her reaction to it. And this is why this movie is special. She's like, "Do you want to be held like that?"
Yes.
I'm like, "Whoa, what?"
That's what transitions into the sex scene.
It's
Do you
so
want to be
crazy.
held like
so
that?
she's asking, do you want to be the woman in this picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's kind of like,
and
"Yeah,
his
I
answer
do."
is tacitly yes.
Interesting.
It's really great, and it's so teenage to be like, check out this thing I drew that I'm gonna put on my skateboard. And it's like
especially
this
after
corny,
you see,
yeah.
especially after you saw the bad version of it that he had on his skateboard earlier, which is also so like it didn't look good. And she's like, "What is that supposed to be? A spider?" Or, like, he's
Well,
like,
it made me feel, that scene especially made me feel like she was older than him and was like the aggressor.
"Yeah,
You know, in a way
So
that
that
like,
would have been a woman-boy scene?
correct.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
What you think is a boy-girl scene turns into a woman-boy
Well,
scene.
I would also say it's one of those rare instances of a woman-boy scene where the boy becomes a man."
Whoa.
And so we're
Mid-scene?
watching.
Scene.
It starts as a woman boy, and then it becomes a woman
Okay,
man.
so a boy and a girl enter, and a man and a woman leave?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, they do. I mean, they do have sex. So, I mean, this is a rite of passage.
Oh,
my
my.
God. I was obsessed with the necklace he gave her. The fact that
Obsessed.
he was wearing a
Little silver
necklace. It wasn't even on leather. It was on like it's not
Chain.
lanyard. It wasn't
Oh.
a chain. It was
Oh,
like
it was?
a
Oh,
black piece of string almost, but like thick, shiny string. And I couldn't tell what it was at first. I didn't have my glasses on watching. And I was like, oh, I guess he gave her some sort of a pet, like skull and crossbow or a cross, or I don't. Then to realize at a certain point, it's a skateboard.
A
Yeah.
little baby skateboard.
It's a little baby skateboard. Because, you take your interests and you take your hobbies and you take the things you care about, and then you make little charms out of them.
And by the
And
way,
you
he's
wear
wearing
them.
he's wearing it in the beginning of the movie. He's wearing that little
Yes, it's a big
skateboard.
deal that he gives it to her.
I mean, it's his promise ring. I'm looking at a picture of it now. You're right. It is just a black piece of string, or like a rope, like a shoelace.
Rope.
If you,
Yes.
And so he had to go find that.
Oh, my
and
God.
I mean, by the way, this is a movie all about accessories, because even when Hook is going to go on the LA Massacre, he gets that like Nintendo glove kind of spiky arm thing, and
Yes.
everyone's gathered around him like, "What do we think of this? What do we think of my accessory here, guys? What do we?"
Yeah.
Like, this is a movie about straight
And
up
he-
fashion.
And the joust, he paints like Deadpool eyes on his eyes.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
big purple, weird eyes around his eyes. I would like to talk about briefly the joust.
Oh, please,
Why-
let's get into it.
Why? So I understand the idea of like, okay, we want to have a la Sharks and Jets. We want to have a gang fight between these two skate gangs. But mustn't they have to do it on their skateboard? So how would that work? Okay, so it's a joust. Okay, I can kind of even see that. But why wouldn't it just be like a joust? Everybody's holding like a broomstick or something to knock the person off their horse. That's what a joust is.
Right.
But instead, they've got weighted punching
Yeah.
bags. So they have to do this, which would immediately throw you off balance from skateboarding
Right.
to wing
Yeah.
around this thing at the end of a chain. Like, that doesn't make any sense for having to also balance
And
at
that's
the same
not
time.
jousting.
Not at
Well,
all jousting.
can
That's
I say-
that's like having a mace or something.
Well, and the bag is full of rocks, and it's really
It is. Okay, that's what I didn't know.
And it's
Okay.
going to hit you in the belly. Now, when you watch this jackass recreation of it, which I gotta send it to you guys because it's so funny. When it's actually happening in real life, when you're actually hitting someone with a bag of rocks in the belly, not only does the person getting hit fall off the skateboard, but the person wielding the mace.
course.
Yes, of course.
So basically, you get one run at each other, and you're both down.
Yeah. Well, because there's no way you would be able to maintain balance while swinging a heavy
way.
object that's at the end, that is itself at the end of a chain.
Which is why it's so fulfilling that at the end of this, it's like, oh, he's off. Let me just run and just jump on top of him and start beating the shit out of him. Like,
I mean, the joust was ridiculous, and there were so many people there. But that's when I was like, I love this. That's what gave me the vibes of also like a lot of like the movies we've seen, like the teen movies where it's like a underground dance competition. You know, I love it when it's the non-sanctioned version. That always has more juice to me than the official race or fight or whatever.
And I think what we're led to believe is like the Daggers live an unsanctioned life. I mean, yeah, they're in a crack house, but they're also, when they jump a car in the middle of traffic and like dent a roof, like they are just creating havoc on Hollywood Boulevard. Now, they clearly shot that, I feel like, with hidden cameras, because people are like, what is going on? The streets are clearing for them. And I was like, it's dangerous. It's annoying. It's great. It's great. It really is like a Jackass, the movie, or Jackass TV show kind of prank, but they are so aggressive. I mean, all they're doing is just creating skate. Like they're the reason why we hate skate.
They're
thrashing. That's it. I guess
very
you're right.
authentically teen in those Hollywood Boulevard kind of running the streets, being like that felt like being teenagers and running around, running amok.
Now, Jason and June, you both are incredibly talented writers. You've created many things. I'd love to show you the pitch document that the producer of this film used to make it. We can describe it as we see it, but Scott, can we get that up on the screen here? This is what the producer, Alan Sachs, Sachs, former writer for Welcome Back, Carter. This is how he pitched the movie. It is a sheet of white paper, and it says "Skate Thrashin'" by Alan Sachs and Paul Brown. It says, "Skate or die, stay away from my sister." And it just says, "Primo is great, freestyle, visual as hell." It looks like a bad zine.
Okay, wait a minute. I got to point something out to you that he has misspelled joust. And so had to put a tiny U next to the, he said, Hawk challenges Corey to a joust. And then had to insert a tiny U above the O and between the S and the O. Wow.
We will have this up on our social media, but I just want everyone to take in that this. I don't even know what this is. This is a zine that wouldn't even catch your attention.
Wow.
And
visual as all hell. Fuck, that's awesome.
I mean, it's caught my attention.
By the way, it worked.
I'm looking
clearly
at it, and I'm like, wow. Oh, what does that say over there? Oh, let me see this picture. Oh, it is catching my attention.
And what is clear to me now is that character's name is Hawk, not Hook.
Oh,
but
well, it was supposed to be. It was Hawk. He switched it to Hook, I think, because of the Tony Hawk thing.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense. Okay, got it. Freestyle. Oh, I love that. Freestyle. It's like breaking. And they spelled breaking without the G as well. And I loved that moment. And it was right in my notes. I wrote, it was so right on. I was like, oh, wow. They're treating skating like the breakdance movies where it's different crews who are going against each other. It has the same framework as a breaking movie. And then they come up on the breakdancers at Venice Beach and the skaters are like, breaking is a memory. I was like, fuck.
By the way, what a burn.
What a burn.
To say something is a memory.
It was a memory. And the breakers have to be like, yeah, you're right. They were like, wow. They back down immediately. A memory for wimps. Scott says.
It's
wimps.
Crazy. It's like to say something's a memory. It's like you're not even saying it's good or bad. It's just gone.
It's forgotten.
It's forgotten.
It's forgotten.
And
you know what I'm now thinking of it too? There's not a lot of swearing. There's very little slurs.
Yeah.
There's this is the kind of movie.
Clean.
It is clean in a surprising way because these groups of teens would normally be hurling, epithets and swears at each other, and it doesn't, but that doesn't make the movie feel any less authentic.
Well, maybe Jason, because everyone is stone cold white too. I mean, this is a movie that
I guess I didn't notice that. I guess yes, everybody in fact very white. Yes.
Well, when the one curse word I remember, because I was so confused, is when the little kid who's a part of the Ramp Locals is sitting in the car, when it's the VW in the back of the car, he's like, "Oh, this is I don't want to ride bitch anymore."
Oh yeah.
But I thought riding bitch was being in the middle.
June, this is why we are married. I wrote that down too. I was like, bitch is being in the middle.
I believe that's the case as well.
Yeah, you're not the back
He
seat.
was on the side.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think in his world, bitch is just back seat.
I think they just wanted kids to say
he's asking
bitch.
for a lot.
Well, by the way, yeah, the kid should be in the back seat just from like a safety standpoint. I do want to point out one thing because I'm looking at my research that I didn't read before, sadly. That moment in the downhill massacre race, that's skating legend Jesse Martinez, who is getting worked on by paramedics for real. Because when he was shooting the movie, he hurt himself, and those are real paramedics setting his leg. And that whole section is based on something real, because from 1975 to 1978 in Signal Hill, California, near Long Beach, they would do these things where you would skateboard like around 60 miles an hour on like a 30-degree incline. And the reason why it stopped, it was because people were getting hurt a lot.
I really, the documentary, and I looked it up, and the documentary, this blew my mind, is from 2001. It's so old. Dogtown and Z-Boys is a terrific documentary about this era of skating and these characters who are true characters, really great.
All right, so obviously we have an opinion about this movie, and other people might have a different one. It is now time for second opinions.
The movie was a piece of shit, yet this person recommends it. Tell me, what is the message? Maybe that art is subjective. I need a second opinion.
All right, so there are only 546 reviews. That's actually pretty low for us on Amazon. 82% of them are 5-star. There are 0 1-star reviews. And I'll just start off with ones that are just incredibly loving, like this one from Brett Elliott. He writes, without a doubt, the best 80s skateboarding movie ever. You can skip Lords of Dogtown. This is the quintessential depiction of skateboarding culture in 1984. I had no idea how much I would love this movie before watching it. Just skip past the romantic relationship stuff.
What?
5 stars.
No way.
Russ says, in reality, this is a horribly made movie, but in the 80s, skateboard culture was my life. It's still one of my favorite movies, and I watch it a couple times a year. Yes, I have the standard M Blu-ray on disc, but it's nice to have it streaming so I don't have to get off my fat ass to watch it. 5 stars.
Wow.
Oh my.
And then this is what I want to end on, because this is an odd one. It's a little bit of a journey, but I think it's worth it. It's by Mr. Sneaky Man, and this is actually something we found
I don't
on.
like it. I already don't like it.
So this is from Mr. Sneaky Man. It's written on Letterboxd.
You know what? It's not just that I don't like it. It's I don't like when you say it.
I know. I said it in a way that kind of gilded the lily here.
Gelded the lily? From
Gilded.
someone who had horses, that is a chilling statement. That poor Lily.
I got to cut its balls off. All right. Mr. Sneaky Man writes this. I promise this story is true. I once worked at a crazy restaurant where half the workers worshiped this movie. They were all skaters and they were good. They privately called themselves the Daggers. They were the secret Daggers. Then another crew of skaters moved in next door. They were much louder and more in your face, right? But they were also really good, and they publicly referred to themselves as the Daggers. And they even had scarification brands in the shape of daggers on their skin to back up their claim. So the branded Daggers started hanging out at the restaurant's bar after hours, and shit got tense. Both Dagger crews were constantly talking shit about each other behind each other's backs. Sadly, nothing major ever came of it. Although there were a couple of minor skate/snowboard schoolings and a metric fuck ton of mudslinging, but that's about it. Both crews ended up dissolving and scattering to the four winds. Nevertheless, it was funny as hell to witness two groups of people who worshipped a semi-obscure movie meet each other and decide that the other group was unworthy of the recognition that the other one wanted. It was like planets colliding all over this stupid fucking movie.
Oh, that is great.
Wow.
The reason why I believe it's true is because it goes, nothing happened. It was just people.
I love that, though. That's really funny. Well, I mean, like, it really, this movie, and I haven't seen it before this, but would have really activated me as a kid. You know, this would have been the kind of, these kids had the kind of freedom that I truly desired. You know, like, there are no parents in this movie at all, and boy, did that seem like freeing. You know, I love that.
Now, let me tell you, obviously, we've joked around about some of the performances here, but there's one person who has a very unique take on his performance, and I'm just going to set up like that. Scott, play that clip.
I saw the movie, I went to the premiere, and I was like, your acting is so bad, you're hurting people.
You thought that? But
yeah, dude.
Did you think that in The Goonies?
No. I didn't think I was brilliant. I thought I serviced the role.
Right. But you
that,
were like,
I thought, and that was a great director, and he's cutting and he's using the right moments and all that kind of stuff. Like, they understand. That's what, when you work with better directors, it's not just about the performance. It's how they're cutting, what kind of music they're using, who the editor is, all that kind of shit. And I watched Thrashin', which was obviously, it was, you know, you saw the cost.
Yeah.
It was a tiny movie.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, and then you see me like, no, Chrissy, come back. You know, and you're just like, oh, fuck, dude.
But do you think?
Right.
Okay, but hold on. On the flip side of that, do you think that if your acting had been better, or if there was a
there's no
if there was a
movie.
De Niro in the role, would that have saved the movie? No.
So you're suggesting that the movie's bad?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
I can't. I wasn't in it. It's terrible.
It's pretty bad.
See, that's the
It's so
thing. is when
terrible that
people-
it's awesome.
It's so terrible that it's awesome.
This is so terrible. It's awesome.
I love him. I thought he was great.
By the way, I actually think he's pretty good. Like, in the grand
he's
scheme
terrific.
of things, he's terrific.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
again,
terrific.
how old is he in this? He's got 18, you know, something like that.
I mean,
And that's what he's giving. Like, it's perfect.
Now,
is
let
the
me
best.
say this. If I was looking at even like one of my first roles from when I was, 34, I would still be like cringing the way he's cringing. I get it. But
God.
he does not in any way stick out in this movie more so than anybody else does. You know, he's servicing the movie. It's great.
By the way, should we make a t-shirt for this movie where it's just the little black chain and a skateboard, like a necklace? Like, that's all it is. It looks like it's like a white
I
shirt,
love
but it
that.
looks like you're wearing like just a skateboard necklace. I think I would like
Love
that.
And it's
really
thrashing. And it just says thrashing.
like over the pocket. Oh man. Well, let's see if we can get that going. Well, I want to say to everybody, thank you for thrashing with us. However you choose to thrash, we salute you. And Jason and June, always a pleasure. We have live shows coming up at Largo at the end of this month. You can just go to hdtgm.com. That's where you can get our merch. You can get everything you want there. But if you have a correction or omission, and now, Jason, you recently retitled this section.
I did?
When you were hosting the...
Oh, yes. Opinions and context. Yeah, I don't need to be corrected. None of us ever need to be corrected.
Well, there you go.
An omission suggests that we left something out, and that's wrong. So I think it is an opinion Write in with your opinions or context.
I agree with that. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, which we really love, you can leave us a message by just going to fuckingcallpaul.com or speakpipe.com/HDTGM. And you can leave all your comments on the Discord at discord.gg/HDTGM. Get your messages in by the Monday after this episode drops to make sure they get considered for last looks. Okay, Jason, June, anything you want to plug?
Elle, the first season of Elle is streaming now.
So funny,
on
so
Prime
good.
Video. So please go check that out. It's really
Yeah,
sweet
watch
show.
it on Elle. You have a #1, and this show has been #1 on Amazon now for weeks. It's
We
a
love to
hit,
hear it.
Oh, so exciting.
a real hit.
You know what? Just because we recently, Paul, you and I went back to New York and did another installment of the Chris Gethard
yes. Yeah.
Guess What's in the Dumpster show. I will promote the first instance of it, which exists for free on YouTube. It is called Another Man's Trash, and it is you and me on Chris Gethard's old show trying to guess what's inside of a dumpster, and it is worth everybody stopping down and spending 45 minutes to watch this incredible episode of television.
And I think you can actually watch one we did in New York too. I'm not sure, but you can find it out in the Gethard.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think he taped it like that. Remember, if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please make sure you are subscribed to our feed and have automatic downloads turned on in the show settings. It helps us and we appreciate it. Lastly, I got to give a huge thanks to our behind the scenes team. I'm talking about our producer, Scott Sani, Molly Reynolds, our engineer, Casey Holford, and our social media manager, Zoe Applebaum. We got so much good stuff going on our social media. Check it out. We'll put some of the clips that we had here out there, like the Jackass thing, the pitch presentation, and we will forever be grateful to the one and only Avril Halley. That's all I got, people. See you next time on Last Looks. Bye for now.
Bye.